Hello, folks. I'm just here letting you know that this is how my day started out. We had a tree fall, fell on some electrical wiring, power went out in the neighborhood, and that's how my day started. Welcome to Homemaking with Mima. Today is going to be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Had my whole day planned out, and we ended up having a really big front move in, and we had some storm damage as far as a tree had gone down at our neighbors. The power went out, so we had to wait for all of that. So now I'm just picking up where I was going to start. It's going to start my day early, and now it's all kabobbled. So I'm just going to bring you along with what I'm going to get done for today. I am going to make some more strawberry rhubarb jam. I won't get into full detail with that. I will put in the description box below info detail my strawberry jam, and I'll link a box up above at the end of this video for the other canning videos that I have, and we'll just see what today brings, and I'm going to bring you along with me. So as part of my day, I'm going to make more rhubarb strawberry jelly because it only made, I think, 6 jelly jars the last time, and it's really good, and we want more. So I had more rhubarb plus the strawberries that my husband had picked. So great time to make it is right now. Because it's going to make a small batch, I used my silicone mat in that. I'm going to can it in that smaller one. This one here, I have my jars sterilizing. They're at a full rapid boil, and then once they get done, I'll just shut it off, keep them in there till I am ready to get the jam put into the jars. As usual, I have my table all set up, ready to go. I am just going to be heating the water for the lids. My jars are done. I put them on the table so then I'll have to run back and forth. That'll make it more easier for me. And I'll bring you back when we start filling jars. Okay, I'm gonna bring you back for the last 2. Okay, I've got them all in there. I got 2, 4, 6, I got 7. I put some empty pint jars in there to help with bouncing around because that silicone mat I don't like. So I don't recommend it. And what I'm going to do now is bring this up to a boil. Once it comes to a rapid boil inside, I'm going to process it for 10 minutes. Okay, that batch of strawberry rhubarb jam is done, and I'm going to put the blanket on it, and I'll let it sit overnight and wash them up tomorrow. And here's that silicone thing. So I put it in my small canner, and I was going to can these in the small canner. It kept folding up like this, and I kept trying to open it up so that I could put things on it, and it kept going in like this. And my water was hot, and so I couldn't get my hand down there to push it down, and it just kept floating up. So yeah, I don't recommend it. So I'm out here at the garden. It's early morning. We're supposed to have temperatures to reach, it's supposed to feel like 100 today. So I'm going to pick some peas that might be on there, some beans, but I just thought I'd bring to you, those wildflowers are definitely blooming and doing their job. Carrots look good. Kale's been coming up. Radishes. Lettuce is just starting. Cabbage is hanging in there. Both of them now have seedlings. Squash is doing okay with this heat. I don't know. The tomatoes are doing great. Radishes, I've been picking those that are wanting to seed. So we'll get some more of those picked today. And these wildflowers, or whatever they are, they're starting to bloom. The morning glories are starting. Next year, I will plant them differently because they're choking out my peas. Like I said, you live and you learn. These here flowers haven't. There's one of those icky bugs. I still have my container out here, so he's going in there. These flowers haven't started to bloom yet, but yeah, they're choking out these two. So they'll be planted differently as well. Just have to love flowers. I'm not good with them, but they're beautiful when they bloom. Didn't get much for the harvesting, but like I had said earlier, my husband was out and he did pick some potatoes the other day. I'll show you a photo. I'll insert a photo of that. And I also had picked a whole bunch of green beans and peas then. So this is the fruits of the labor for today. I figured I'd get out there before the 100 degrees come. Because, and that's it for the garden for right now. So what do you do on an extremely hot day? You don't want to be out there because the humidity is just horrible. Yeah. Do some things in the house. Now, this isn't that bad at all. But I'm going to choose to go through it and see what needs to be pulled out and used up. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so yes, I got to get on the two-step ladder because I'm short. So, look to see what needs to be used. There's not much in here, so that needs to be used up. And these can get put away. I have some paper cupcake liners, but I also have silicone. Vanilla, almond. There's almond, like barely any. Here's a salt shaker, so I guess I don't need any salt. A brand new Hershey's cocoa, so that's good. Well, here's a pepper. And then I had to go buy a pepper. See, this is why you have to go through your stuff. That's all right. That didn't take long at all because I do keep up on it. So, and this is the stuff I'm going to either combine together or put into a container to try and use up. So the salt and pepper, we're not in any need of it right now. So I'm just gonna try to keep, these towards the front so that I don't buy any again, which we don't go through a lot of peppers, so pepper's gonna last a long time. We have two different garlic and herb. I'm gonna mix the two together because there's not much of the Mrs. Dash left. There's a little bit more of this, so they're gonna get mixed together. Cinnamon's gonna make a cloud. So there's like a quarter of each one, so I'm gonna get it all put together into one. And the thyme, I believe I have thyme downstairs. I'm going to go find it and empty this into it. So while I was downstairs looking for more thyme, because I knew I had it, I didn't see that we had any smoked paprika. I brought some more onion powder up, and I'm gonna combine that into the larger onion powder that we use. We use a lot of that. And here's the thyme. Okay, since you've seen me go through the spices, which I'll show you again, you've seen me get 2 containers of the onion, granulated onion. We like using the larger container because we go through so much of it. So that's what I did there. Now I'm going to go through this cabinet. It's called the Lazy Susan. And see what I can combine. See what I need. Okay, so I ran downstairs to my pantry and brought up some stuff. Brought up some popcorn. Things that we need to use up, like I need to use this drink mix. These oatmeal packets in here need to be used up before the one that I showed you. What I do is I just put them into a container, easy grab. So it reminds me as well. When it's sitting downstairs, I can't see it. When I open that cabinet, I can see it. I also found some hot chocolate mix downstairs. That needs to be eaten up because that was last year's purchase. Which right now it's hot and humid. Can't see us eating it, but it's going to be up here. It's going to be off my shelf downstairs. We needed some saltine crackers. We don't go through a lot of saltine crackers when it's summertime because it's not soup season, but I brought them up anyway. We're out of our oat and honey grab and go for lunches up here. So I brought that up. In the cabinet, there was just a little bit of this all-purpose flour, and I'm pretty sure I can get it in here. I'm going to try my hardest. Without making a mess. And this is just all-purpose flour. Then I have powdered milk that I reach for. I recently just did a pancake and waffle mix, and I used some of it. I'm going to wait till this jar is empty before I open this, but I did bring this up because that way then I know I have it right up here when I need it. And I'm just going to open these up and set them in here. That's done. And now this cabinet that houses a bunch of stuff. I'm going to go through that, pull out stuff that is like half used and set it out so that my attention is drawn to that first before I decide to pull anything else out from downstairs. And I go through these cabinets, as you can tell, quite a bit. That way then I just keep up on them. Then it's not sitting there for 2 or 3 years. And as you can see, I've got some things. There's not quite half a can of that. Some of these Amish noodles. It's too hot for soup, and that's what I usually use this for. So this I'm going to set right back up in here so that when it is a cooler day, hopefully I'm like, hey, I can make some kind of a soup. I have half a container of the Fiesta dip, some taco dip, and some rice. And these were setting up in there, and they need to go into that other cabinet. So that's where these are going to go. Okay, this video wasn't what I had in mind, but it's what we ended up with. You can see that I'm in different clothes because earlier this morning when we had that conundrum of no power, tree fallen, storm, I wasn't able to shower because we had no power. So I did shower, changed my clothes, and these are the few items that I'm going to try to force myself to use up within the next, I don't know, a couple months. I'm hoping a couple weeks. And so that project is done. And got my recyclable here. I'll put that away. I want to thank you folks for joining me today. I did get my strawberry raspberry jam finished. That was the number one thing I wanted to start at like 6 o'clock this morning. That didn't happen. Then I went out to the garden quick before it got too hot. Did a little bit of picking. Not much for harvest there, but I just thought I'd bring you along with me. And went through some of the cabinets and straightened them out. Brought up some stuff that needed to be brought up from downstairs, and yeah, that's it. If you folks like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I want you to make it a really great day.